You've heard the saying, AI isn't going to take your job. Somebody managing AI is going to take your job. And so people are really leaning in to discovering and being curious.
Today I am in Dallas, Texas, to meet someone whose story represents entrepreneurship, resilience, and the future of work in America. Nina Vaca, Chairman and CEO of Pinnacle Group, the largest Hispanic-owned workforce solutions professional services company in the United States. For more than 25 years, Pinnacle has helped global companies navigate workforce transformation, and now, through the launch of Pinnacle SI, the company is moving even deeper into AI and advisory services.
We've been using robots for over a decade. Pinnacle has had to transform itself in the last 30 years to keep up and be as sophisticated as the customers that we serve.
I am excited to meet Nina at such an important moment as Texas prepares to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup. She's the chair of the North Texas FIFA World Cup organizing committee and is helping lead the preparation for one of the biggest global events ever hosted in the United States.
Dallas, Texas has an opportunity to view the World Cup not just as 39 days and the largest tournament in the world, but it can also view it as an economic platform for this region.
And today, we also have a surprise, a special guest from FIFA, someone that is leveraging technology to make the World Cup experience unforgettable for fans and the game itself more exciting and fair. Let's go meet Nina. Nina, you have such an amazing story, and I want you to share that with us. Let's start with when you came to the US from Ecuador as a child, and through many years, you're now leading the largest workforce solution company in America. What part of that journey did shape the most your leadership?
I think the part of the journey that shaped my leadership the most was actually watching my parents. I come from entrepreneurial parents. Not only my mother and father were entrepreneurs, but my grandfather was an entrepreneur. But growing up, we had some major pillars that we lived by. Faith, the first, family, hard work. And of course, my parents found their American dream through entrepreneurship. So I was learning about entrepreneurship at a very, very young age.
From your parents?
From my parents. I was watching them succeed and fail, and little did I know, perseverance was being ingrained into my psyche. And so I feel like that has been one of the biggest gifts that I have gotten. They say that there is no better example than the silent example. So they didn't have to use words. All I had to do was watch. Growing up, I had to learn what a repossessed car was. We lost our homes and had to move to another. So I had to learn by seeing and experiencing rather than reading in a book or being taught. And those kinds of examples, there's nothing more powerful than the silent example, because those are the ones that live with you.
Oh, beautiful. You recently, actually a couple of weeks ago, you announced a new company, Pinnacle SI.
Thank you for mentioning Pinnacle. It is my life's work. It is literally my life's work. Today, this year, we're celebrating our 30-year anniversary.
Ah, congratulations.
So we started on my apartment living room floor, and today we're a global professional services workforce solutions firm. We serve 20% of the Fortune 100, including some of the largest companies in the world. We do it across 25 countries, and we're celebrating our 30-year anniversary. So because we serve some of the largest companies in the world, we're always transforming. We're always pivoting. We started with PTR Global, which is an IT staffing brand, really deep in the tech space. So we serve a lot of technology customers, financial services customers, media customers. And then we evolved into the MSP space. You'll see strategic solutions where we started being an MSP managing contingent labor, not just providing it. Our third division is Pinnacle SI. It's our system integration division. The division actually doesn't stand for system integration, it stands for solutions and innovation.
Oh, okay.
And it came out of the necessity where large buyers of IT, large companies who have large supply chains and contingent labor are using a lot of technology to manage that contingent labor. If you've heard of SAP Fieldglass or Workday Venly or Beeline, those are all technologies in our industry. So we became a system integrator in that industry. And Pinnacle has not lost a program in 20 years of this division's existence. So we have 100% customer retention. So we have a lot to offer in advisory capacity. With our experience in the industry in 20 years of becoming experts in workforce solutions, coupled now that we're a system integrator with SAP Fieldglass, Workday Venly, and Beeline, the three major technologies, we felt like an advisory division was appropriate for the time.
Well, you have a lot of trust with your clients.
We do. We have a lot of trust. We have a lot of tenure at Pinnacle, not just in our Pinnacle Lights, the people who have built this company, but in our customers. We keep customers not for years, but for decades.
Wow, that's amazing story. I mean, trust these days is something that, it's scarce. So congratulations. I've been exploring your office, and I tell you, it's like a treasury hunt. So you need to tell me, what is this Iron Man thing that you're into? All these trophies and medals. Why did you get into this?
Well, believe it or not, I've been racing for the same amount of years that I have been an entrepreneur. I did my first race in 1996. It was the Danskin all-women's triathlon, and last year I had the opportunity to do the full Ironman in Chattanooga.
Remind us the distances of the Ironman.
The full Ironman is a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike, followed by a full marathon, which is 26.2 miles. And together they took me 13 hours, 44 minutes, and 31 seconds.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What did you learn through endurance sports that you have applied to your business journey?
I have learned so much. We could talk for an hour about the correlation between endurance sports and business. Let's start off with the swim. Let's start off with the courage to throw yourself. In my case, I've swam Alcatraz. So I have thrown myself into the Pacific Ocean from Alcatraz and swam to shore. So when you're swimming, you're taking that risk-taking that you do in entrepreneurship, that courage. And then when you're in the water, you can't panic. One of the things that you have to do is that you have to just put your head down and swim. The only thing that's gonna get you across the finish line is to put your head down and swim. There's no time for drama. There's no time for second guessing yourself. You don't have any time. And so that, I can correlate that to the boardroom and the business room. I rarely get frazzled. I try to respond, not react. And swimming with hands and feet all across you, hitting you, teaches you to not react. It teaches you to slow down, look down, and remember where you're going. For me, the bike is very similar also. There's people in front of you and there's people behind you, just like in life. You've got people in front of you and you've got people behind you. And the key is to not stop pedaling. Regardless of how many awards and recognitions and titles you may have, you got to still keep pushing because there's always somebody younger and faster. And then the run for me is all about heart. How badly do you want it? How badly are you willing to sacrifice, to push, to get to your goal?
After swimming and biking for 100 miles, and you ran a full marathon at the end.
Right.
Did you ever think about quitting at any time?
During every single half Ironman that I did, there was always that moment where I asked myself, what am I doing here? How did I get here? Who made me think that I can actually achieve this? This is so hard. This is so hard. I cried.
Painful.
Painful. I cried for 10 minutes straight in the Barcelona race. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. But the learning here is that I had that in every single instance, every single one of those 6 races. When I was doing my Ironman, my full Ironman last year, I never asked myself that question, not one time. In fact, it was the opposite. I was so confident. I was always happy to be there. I never second guessed myself. I said, I've been here before. I know what I'm doing. I've got this. And the fundamental difference was in all the 6 70.3 half Ironmans, I didn't have a coach. And in my full Ironman, I had a coach. Having a coach in life, having a coach in business, having a coach in Ironman made all the difference in the world. And so that's a life lesson for me, that we can look to subject matter experts in almost anything we do, and we can still get it done, but it's gonna be messy, painful, ugly, or it can be smoother, joyful, and rewarding. It was the same event. In fact, it was double. And so I'm really big on having a business coach, having a coach for whatever it is that you're wanting to do, looking to those subject matter experts, and allowing yourself to be coachable.
It takes some dosage of humbleness, right?
It does. My coach got to tell me what to do for 9 months. Boy, did he take full advantage of that.
God bless him. Let's talk about AI. AI, I mean, I don't have to tell you this, is transforming every single industry, and I'm just curious about how do you see AI transforming your company and your customers and the services you're providing or will provide in the future?
So I think you're right that AI is transforming every single industry. And there will be winners and losers in this AI. I call it an inflection point, an AI transformation point. And I feel like the winners are going to be the companies that are very curious and are investing and testing and trying and piloting. Pinnacle is that company. By the way, we've been using robots for over a decade through UiPath, and so we've always been curious. Pinnacle has had to transform itself in the last 30 years to keep up and be as sophisticated as the customers that we serve. AI is no different. And so the AI journey begins with just becoming more efficient. And so we rolled out an enterprise AI tool so that we can become more efficient. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is actually including it in our workflows and having it change the way we run our business forever. And that's the phase that we're currently in today. And I think the companies that will win in AI are the ones who can introduce AI and it will be engaged and received positivity, and the culture will embrace it. The culture will be ready for change, and the culture will want to innovate. And that is definitely Pinnacle culture.
Can you give us a couple of tips on how do you do that at Pinnacle? I tell you, when I just walk into your office, there's so much energy, super, positive energy. You can feel it. How do you keep that energy when on the other side you're maybe telling people, listen, AI might be doing part of your job tomorrow, right?
Well, I feel like it's how you present it. And for us, remember that our DNA is transformation. Our theme this year is rooted in purpose, built to transform. So our DNA has naturally always been transformation.
So and this is not new for you. It's another technology and another transformation.
Exactly. And that's, I think, why people stay at Pinnacle, because they start as one human and they evolve. We demand that you evolve as a leader, as a human, as an executive, and we want to see the best version of you. And nothing could be more beautiful than that, is that an employer wants to see that of you. So this AI journey has been all about, you've heard the saying, AI isn't gonna take your job. Somebody managing AI is gonna take your job. And so people are really leaning in to discovering and being curious. Curiosity is one of our core values. So people are really leaning in to say, what would my role look like if I can automate certain things and it'll give me the opportunity to use my human development. So I personally believe that the soft skills are going to be the most important skills, because AI can work smarter, intelligently, crunch numbers, but AI can't empathize. AI does not have empathy. It cannot look someone in the eyes and know what they're carrying. There are certain things that only humans can do, and that's what I'm encouraging people to lean into.
Do you foresee Pinnacle being a combination of agents, robots, and people in 5-10 years from now?
Absolutely. I think we're doing that now. So Pinnacle we just introduced Salesforce, and we have marketing agents and sales agents. For us, it's a way to compete with our global competitors. It is a way to magnify the awareness of what we do in the market. Remember, there are 35 million small businesses in America. How do you distinguish yourself to do business with some of the largest companies in the world? We have had to really work hard through operational excellence, through customer retention, through branding, and we've been able to land some of the biggest customers. Can you imagine now when we're using Salesforce and we're having agents to create awareness in the marketplace? I mean, I'm very excited about it, and so is our culture.
Hypothetical example. Let's say you have an agent at Pinnacle that takes care of customer service. You as a CEO, where would you think you want the human to be in the conversation, and where do you think the agent will do a reasonable good job?
I personally believe one can be very thoughtful about what you use an agent for and what you don't. And that's what we're discovering at Pinnacle. We use agents and we use AI when it comes to repeatable processes, crunching numbers, different examples where you're doing repetitive processes and you want to get them right. You want to take the manual out of it. You want to incorporate excellence and precision. And then the roles that require human interaction, customer relationship, intimacy, those are the ones where you really want people engaged.
Because of the soft skills that you were mentioning before, right? Let's say you need to mentor a 20-plus-year-old talent, right? And the person is deciding whether to do an MBA or not to do an MBA today, right? With all the things that are happening with AI, what would be your advice?
You know, overall, when I mentor young people, I always tell them what we've learned from Confucius, and that is know thyself. And usually people think that's just a saying, but knowing thyself and knowing your skills and what you're really good at is the very beginning of you being able to perfect them in a way that you're so good at it that you get a reputation for it. And it's also more enjoyable in life, because when you're doing what you're really good at, you tend to gain confidence, you tend to be better at it, and you can become an expert in it. So I always tell young people, there are assessments today that you can use. Strength Finder is one of them. But do not be afraid to take an assessment and to figure out where your natural skills lie, and then think about double-clicking on those natural skills. Because there's nothing worse than being in a role that you absolutely hate, that you're swimming upstream every day, and you feel like you're struggling. And so that is a very basic piece of advice, but one we often forget. We want to go for the sexy job. We want to go for what we hear makes the most money, or what we think our parents want us to do, or what's in vogue today. And the reality is that you're better off doing what you're very good at, just double-clicking and becoming an expert in it.
Let's talk about leadership now. What are the values that keep you grounded, specifically in difficult moments?
The values that keep me grounded, specifically in difficult moments, has to be gratitude. For me, gratitude has gotten me through many difficult seasons in my life. And I feel it's not that it makes it any easier, it just makes it worth fighting for.
What do you love to do?
I learned at a very young age that I love people. I love being around them. I love inspiring them. I love working with them. I learned at a very young age. When I was very young, I was student body vice president. I was always engaged. I was always in a position in the leadership council. I was always in a position to serve and to represent. And I feel like I am at my best when I'm working as a team, because I know that individuals win games and teams win championships.
Well said.
And so that's when I'm at my best.
When you're not at your best, Nina is what?
I'm not at my best when I let fear overcome me. I am not at my best when I believe that I'm not capable. I am not at my best when I let others influence my thinking and into me not being able to do something.
How much aware are you of those situations? Do you see those situations coming to you?
I feel like throughout a span of a 30-year career, of course I've experienced fear. Of course I've experienced not being confident. Of course I've experienced every single one of those negative emotions. I am human after all. But I think courage is about experiencing those emotions, but moving forward anyways. And to me, courage is one of those attributes that I hold on very dearly to. It's a core value of mine. It's courage to do the difficult things, even in small moments. I like doing difficult things. I practice doing difficult things. I choose hard in the little things in life so that when it comes time to choose hard in the big things in life, I'm comfortable with it. Sometimes courage is about remembering those people around you. It doesn't come from within. It comes from knowing that you have people that support you.
What's big for you? What's the bigger vision for Nina? What are you thinking these days?
Your question comes at a really good time because I recognize that I have more years behind me than I do ahead of me. And when you're at the stage of your life, you start thinking a lot about legacy, about purpose. And I've been very clear what my purpose is. It has to do with people, surprise, surprise. My purpose is connecting people with opportunity. When you really think about it, that's what I've dedicated my life to. People think I want to be remembered as a builder of business. I don't. I want to be remembered as a builder of people. And so I got an incredible opportunity to be raised in this country where I can work hard, and this country gives us opportunities that no other country in the world does. And I feel very grateful that I grew up here. I then had an opportunity to build a company, surround myself by some amazing people, have a great team, and now I want that so much more. Like, I have so much gratitude because the data and the statistics of where I was born, where I came from, who my parents are, would dictate otherwise. But here I am, a CEO, a public director, a presidential appointee, a mother, a daughter, a wife. And so I'm so grateful for everything that I've received, that what makes me truly happy is when I'm opening doors for others.
Well, can I add to the list an amazing human being? Do you let me do that?
Thank you.
I do believe that. So Nina, you're leading Pinnacle Group and you're leading so many different things. And I know you're doing something very special for the FIFA World Cup.
Ta-da!
Oh my God, how did you change that fast? That was a surprise.
Magic, AI.
AI. I tell you, this is not AI. This is Nina live. So Nina, tell us about your role for FIFA World Cup and specifically for North Texas.
I have the privilege and quite frankly the honor to be the co-chair for the 2026 FIFA World Cup North Texas Organizing Committee.
Wow, that's a long title.
It's a very long title. It's a very long title. It is such purposeful work though, what attracted me most to serving in this capacity is not the passion for the game, it's the passion for the legacy. This is a huge opportunity for North Texas to really leave a legacy. It's an opportunity for the world to judge Dallas as a city for global sports. This is a once in a generation opportunity.
You mentioned the impact in Texas. What do you foresee as the impact for businesses, for entrepreneurs as a result of the World Cup? And do you have, and I know you have a bigger vision behind all of this.
Oh gosh, yes. I mean, what this means for so many stakeholders is incredible. Let's start with just Dallas, Texas alone in the North Texas region. Dallas is hosting 9 games in a semifinal. That is more than any other city in the United States. In the 11 host cities, and not only are we hosting the most games, but Dallas, Texas is home for the International Broadcast Center. So FIFA will be broadcasted live from the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center to the world.
Wow.
Literally.
A lot of responsibility.
It's a huge responsibility. It's an opportunity to welcome the world, though. We'll have over 122 countries send their journalists, influencers, social media, content providers. In fact, they've already moved in. FIFA has already moved into downtown. They're taking over the convention center, and we have a real opportunity to showcase Dallas as a city for global sports.
So here is the surprise. I'm here with Noelle LeVaus, Chief Marketing Officer, FIFA World Cup Organizing Committee. Noelle, welcome to the Tech Series.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We're excited to have you.
You know, this is a Tech Series. We always love to, deep dive into how technology is being used in different organizations and businesses. Give us a sense of how do we use technology with fan engagement during the game, after the game. How is FIFA using technology specifically for the upcoming World Cup?
So for us, especially from the host city perspective, we want to make sure that the people that are coming to visit, even some of our locals, are having the best experience and that they're getting to see not just Dallas, although Dallas obviously is the host city, but it's the entire North Texas region. And we have a lot of different, I think, really valuable assets around our region. So we want to make sure that fans are exploring those places. So we've worked with a couple of local technology companies, one to help us create an interactive map. So we'll have that on our website. They'll be able to access that even in a touch screen that we'll have at the International Broadcast Center for one. So making sure the journalists are getting out to these spaces. So we're working with a company here called 900 Pounds on that interactive map. And then we're also working with a company called Seeker, Seek AR, and they have created a North Texas journey experience. So you can go to several different businesses that have an augmented reality experience and collectible so that you will get to see different parts from South Dallas to Fort Worth to Frisco. And so that's some of the technology that we're using to help really engage fans, not only with the matches themselves and getting them out to Arlington, to Dallas Stadium, but also as they spend those 9 to 10 days here, that they're experiencing as much of North Texas as they can.
So Nina, tell us, what does Texas need to get right to make this a success, a super success?
What we have the opportunity to get right to maximize this opportunity is to not just view the tournament as a 39-day tournament with an ending, but rather view the World Cup as a once-in-a-generation economic platform. And what I mean by that is execution. We've got to get the execution right. Obviously, public safety, transportation, logistics, the execution are table stakes. The other is, quite frankly, leadership. And making sure that our small businesses have an opportunity. There's going to be an incredible amount of opportunity for our local businesses in technology, in food, in services, in media, and logistics, in so many different areas. The third thing we have to get right is legacy. The World Cup is a catalyst for investment and for next-gen projects and services for the people of North Texas. There is a $2.2 billion economic impact that the World Cup will leave. So in order to maximize it and get it right, we have to focus on legacy. We need to focus on that economic mobility. And in the end, Dallas, Texas will be viewed not just for our diversity, our beauty, our business sense, everything that encompasses Dallas, but it'll be viewed as an incredible economic engine.
Wow. Well, many more sports maybe, choosing Dallas as the center. So Noelle, I'm so curious about your perspective on AI. You're a marketing expert, best in the industry. Tell us, how do you think AI is transforming the marketing experience and the marketing industry and the profession?
So like most industries, AI is largely about efficiency. So things that would have taken 8 days can take 15 minutes. And I know that's really hard for people to hear because everyone starts thinking about the human capital in that.
What do I do with my time, right?
Correct. And are people going to be eliminated from the process? One thing that I noticed with AI is that the way you prompt AI is extremely important. I oftentimes tell people that I wouldn't hire someone that has no AI experience as a marketer, right? Because that efficiency is days and time, and we are oftentimes an expense area, right? So it costs money, we cost a business money to be able to do the things that we do to really impact the bottom line in a positive way. And so the less I can spend, the greater it is for the organization as a whole. But it's not about eliminating those folks. They need to learn how to use the tools. They need to be able to give the better prompts. And then also, you cannot do the work slop thing. I don't know if you've heard that term, but AI is creating a lot of work slop where people are not reviewing the information. I use it as a starting point. I tell everybody you should no longer start with a blank page. AI has given you the ability to be able to start somewhere, make it your own, build on it, learn more, click through the resources that are in that piece when you ask it that first question, and really to train themselves up in that way. I think one thing that has to happen is that our higher education systems have to get on board with what AI is, because I just told you I wouldn't hire someone who didn't know how to use AI, but they are oftentimes blocking them from using it in college. And so my sister's a college professor, and I said, you've got to find a way to weave that into your curriculum, help them understand what it means to use it effectively, not in place of what they can do, and to use it as a tool to learn. So as a marketer, I think that one, it can really help you paint a picture. When you think about graphics and design, it's a way to show someone your vision, right? And then you hire the real artist to do that artwork throughout your campaign. But you can get a faster yes, and get that team working faster, sometimes using AI.
You mentioned AI as well, but I want to follow up with a question. As we use AI more for content creation, overall, right, in marketing and all of us in our personal lives, do you think that in the future it's going to be very difficult to differentiate between reality and fiction?
It would have to get a lot better. If you are familiar with AI, you know when you see it in writing, when you see the emojis that don't exist anywhere else, when I see a graphic, I can tell it's AI'd. It will probably get better as we go along. However, I do not think that we're interested in AI actors and actresses because we're very interested in people's personal lives, right? And so there are things that AI just can't do. I do think that it gets harder and harder to identify if something is AI, which can be really unfortunate. But I think that maybe what we're supposed to do is slow down a little bit. All that efficiency that I said we're gaining, we should on the other end be careful about things that we're posting, things that we're reposting, information that we get, and take that extra step to make sure that it's valid and authentic.
I agree with you. So my last question is, if you fast forward to the end of the World Cup, how would you define success in a way that you feel like, wow, we overachieve our objectives?
So I really think the great thing about being a host city in the World Cup is that we are at the forefront of a backdrop of something that people are already passionate about. We have the opportunity to be a part of someone's core memories. So my hope is that they go back to whatever country they traveled from, whatever city they traveled from, even here in the US, And that when they talk about that core memory that was just created for them because they were in the stadium or they were at Fan Festival, they were shoulder to shoulder with people that they thought maybe their teams were rivals, but their love for football, that they shared that. All of those things, we want to be a part of that core memory. And we want to be a part of kind of that next step in their journey to come back here.
Well, Noelle, before I leave, I want you to meet a common friend.
Okay.
Do you have 5 more minutes?
I do. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay.
So here we are with these 2 stars, Noelle and Nina. And I know you have been working together for the World Cup, so I'm just very curious to know how is to work with each other. So who wants to start?
I'm happy to start. I am delighted to work with a small but mighty team that includes Noelle. 80% of the team is actually female. Most people don't know that. Our president and sports commissioner, Monica Paul, strong advocate, female. And so it has been, quite frankly, an amazing experience to work with such talented and committed people.
Wow, that's very nice.
Very nice.
So, your take?
We have the best example in a leader in Nina. I mean, she is always prepared, goes out of her way and above and beyond, very gracious, humble in all that she has accomplished. When Nina walks into a room, just her spirit inspires everyone, kind of reminds them again that although some days seem hard, because like she said, we're tiny but mighty, that it's more than just the X's and O's and things that we're putting in the boxes. It really is about that passion. And if you know Nina Vaca, you know that she comes with so much passion about whatever she is doing. And I really do think that for our team, we need that little lift every once in a while, and she always brings it.
Noelle, Nina, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for hosting us here at the FIFA office in Dallas. I'm looking forward to the World Cup.
I know you'll be here.
I'll be here.
Okay, good.
So Marcelo, are you a FIFA fan?
Of course, I'm from Argentina, man, since I was 2 years old.
Part of my role, I get the beautiful opportunity to just extend to you an official FIFA Dallas pin.
Wow, what an
so
honor.
I want the opportunity
Please.
to do just that.
Thank you very much.
Just as a small example of an opportunity to wear your official
wow,
FIFA.
look at this. I'm now an official FIFA person.
An official FIFA fan.
What a day. What I enjoy most about this conversation with Nina is that even while discussing AI, business transformation, and growth, she always brings the conversation back to people. I appreciate her perspective that the future of work is not only about automation. It is about preparing people to adapt, grow, and stay relevant in a rapidly changing world. I also found it fascinating how Nina connects sports, cities, and economic growth into one larger vision for the future of Texas and the opportunities ahead around the World Cup. Listening to Noelle, you quickly understand the complexity behind marketing an event that will capture the attention of billions of people across the world. It is about creating an unforgettable fan experience using technology to connect people emotionally to the event. Beyond Nina's business success, what stood out most was the story behind it all. The uncertainty, the pressure of making payroll, and the responsibility of carrying an immigrant family legacy forward. After spending time with Nina, one thing feels clear. AI can improve productivity and automate work, but it cannot replace the ability to inspire trust, lead through uncertainty, or genuinely care about others. Nina built her success on those qualities long before AI entered the conversation. And perhaps that is the deepest lesson of this conversation. When our time to lead comes, Nina reminds us that we are fully capable of writing our own leadership story on the foundation of our values. Thanks for joining us today. This is the Tech Series, where innovation meets humanity. See you in the next episode.